Alrighty guys, this is Andrew. Lots of teasers and hints have been put out by the Blizzard team regarding, upcoming nerfs and changes since my last video, but sadly, I've been delayed in putting out any videos as of late just because I've moved to a new apartment, so I do apologize if some of this news and stuff is a little late. However, if you guys are not aware, if you haven't been keeping up, it looks like according to Jeff Goodman, my favorite monk robot Zenyatta will be receiving a nerf of some sort, probably to the Discord orb. If you guys want to check out the official verbiage, the official statement, I'll go ahead and link it up here on the screen for you guys to read. But I won't bullshit you guys. I'm a little salty about this. But I'll admit, Zenyatta is a little strong right now. However, I'm not sure if like an outright nerf to the percentage of the Discord orb is the right move here. Assuming, of course, they go in that direction. You see, Zenyatta, in my mind, is supposed to be this unique type of character design that he's a medic, a support, but he can also do a shit ton of damage, right? He's like the quintessential tank buster. In fact, the real reason why I think Zenyatta started dominating so much was because of his increase in his HP. It went from 150 to 200. Back when it was 150, Zenyatta was a character that was pretty much deemed pretty underpowered. So let's take a look at some of my ideas on how to make this upcoming change to Zenyatta more interesting than a straight just decrease to something like, 30% on the Discord orb, in which in my opinion would be a little bit lazy on Blizzard's part. So here's my first idea. The first idea is to give Zenyatta's Discord orb a 30% amp damage, but buff his regular attack damage to 45 damage a pop. Right now it's only at 40. So this change allows Zen to still dish out comparable amount of damage, but the damage from teammates to the enemy won't nearly be as deadly. Of course, the numbers can be flexible. I'm not saying it has to be, 30 and 45, but the point I'm trying to make here is to make it so that Zen's damage from himself is still preserved, still retained, but the damage from teammates are toned back a little bit. Another option I had in mind, if you guys don't like the first one, would be to keep the 50% amplified damage on the Discord orb, but give it a cooldown and a duration mechanic. I think right now the Discord orb will last for a good 3 seconds out of line of sight, but what'd be better, or what could be better anyways, would be a flat 6-second duration and a 3-second cooldown. So how it would work would be the Discord orb will stay on target for those 6 seconds, then return no matter what, line of sight or not, to Zen, and then the recast can be performed anytime during the 6-second duration to another target, but you have to wait out those 3 seconds, if that kind of makes sense. So this way Zen still retains the high killing potential, but good Zenyatta players will still be able to properly prioritize targets instead of spamming and kind of chaining the orb to multiple targets. The last option I was thinking about is probably less interesting, the least interesting out of all the options I've kind of brought up here, and that would be a straight nerf to Zen's HP, bringing it back down to 175. The 150 HP previously was what was kind of holding back the potential of the Discord orb, right? So perhaps going back in sort of that direction would cause a ripple effect enough to affect the efficacy of the Discord orb. Who knows? I mean, this is probably my least favorite option, but it's kind of maybe worth something to take a look at. Anyways, those are my thoughts on how to nerf Zen in a way that would be more interesting than just a straight reduction to the amplified damage of the Discord orb. I fear a straight nerf to the percentage wouldn't exactly fix any problems. It may even introduce new ones, as it could potentially create a tank heavy meta. Because if you think about it, we don't have that many ways to deal with tanks outside of Reaper, Bastion, and our buddy here, Zenyatta. Or the other effect it may have would be to cause Zen to become too generic of a support and not really offer anything unique to the Overwatch roster. Because if you think about it, the appeal to using Zenyatta isn't for his amazing healing ability or for his amazing damaging abilities, right? It's sort of this mix of both parties, both aspects of this character that make him so viable, so appealing to use, a yin and yang, if you will. But if you start kind of straight nerfing either one of these departments, I feel like it starts to become a little bit unbalanced and maybe, make him not nearly as appealing. But anyways, let me know down in the comments what you guys think, if Zen deserves a nerf, and if he does, how would you change him? Please bear in mind that what I mentioned here in this video, these are all opinions coming from someone who loves Zenyatta and would hate to see his damage go away. But, I think I stayed relatively neutral with some reasonable suggestions to how we can go about changing him. And yeah, with all that said and done, guys, I think that's just about it for today's video. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and until next time, I'll see you around.